Hi, this is Timo Buske and you are watching Blit photo tutorials. This particular image is going to be really challenging because I was driving and the landscape was really nice, but there was no way to stop. But I had my cam on the seat, my wide angle lens was mounted, so I lowered the window and just took a shot over my shoulder. So let's see how we can improve this image. The first thing we want to do here is get rid of all the disturbing elements. As you can see here, even some parts of the car visible. So let's rotate and go for a straight horizon. And let's crop to a panoramic format. Okay, now let's care about the light. So desaturate completely my standard workflow, and to make the sky a bit more interesting, I'm going to add a little of vignette. And I want to decrease the contrast a bit. And I want to brighten it up a little, so that there's a bit more happening in the shadows around here. Yeah. Okay. Next thing I want to do is to make the sky a bit more interesting by bringing back the highlights. So I'm going for the HDR tool. I think we can go for a high value this time. And I also want to brighten up the shadows a bit. And let's tweak the levels. So let's bring back the whites. That should be okay. Next step is to care about the colors. Let's slowly increase the saturation. I don't want it too saturated, so yeah, around this is okay. And what's going to be really hard is to optimize the sharpness because of the motion blur. I was driving, as I said earlier. So, but let's do the standard workflow. Radius to minimum, amount to maximum, and slowly increase radius. I think we need a really high value here. There's a bit halo, so let's add a little halo suppression. And I want it a bit more sharp, so let's add a little of structure here. Oh, that's too much. Yeah, that's much better. Next thing, let's make the sky a bit more interesting by adding a gradient. I'm creating a new local adjustment layer, grabbing the gradient mask tool and draw a gradient on the sky. And I want to bring down the brightness. Much better. Okay, next thing I want to do is to put the field much more in the foreground. So I want to dramatically brighten this up. I'm going to create a new local adjustment layer and bring up the exposure to maximum in the first step. And I'm going to draw a mask on the field. Be sure to have a big brush. Yep, that's good. And let's check before after. Much better. And I have a similar image. We could copy over the adjustments, but let's just do it again. First thing is to rotate. Let's straight up the horizon by rotating this like, whoop. And crop it to a panorama format. Let's get rid of the car elements here. That's okay. And next thing, as always, care about the lights. So I'm going to desaturate add a little vignette, brighten it up a bit, and I'm going to tweak the levels. So let's bring back the blacks. Nah, that's too much. Maybe like this. And a little of the whites. And I want to bring back the highlights here. So let's use the HDR tool for this. Maybe not as much as for the last image, but so there's something happening in the sky around this and some shadows as well. It's already really bright, so we don't need a high value here. Okay, let's bring back the saturation slowly. I think this is okay. And let's care about the white balance. It is almost okay. Maybe we can, make it a bit colder. Okay, now comes sharpness, as always. Radius to minimum, amount to maximum, slowly increase radius. Should be almost the same value as the previous image. Little halo suppression and a bit more structure. Yeah, you almost can see every single plant here. Okay, this is good. And let's make it a bit more interesting again by creating some gradients. First is for the sky. I want to bring down the brightness. And I think I'm going to increase the exposure for the field as well in this image. It was a nice effect for the last image, so let's do it again. Maximum exposure. Draw a mask here. Okay, this is too much. Okay, we need to lower this. But this looks good. Okay, now I want to get rid of this element here. So I'm adding a clone layer and draw a mask. I think I'm going to get the new area from around here. And I'm going to switch to healing layer. This is a bit better. Okay, I think this is good. If you have more time, you also can paint away these elements here or the building, but I think for this tutorial this should be sufficient. Let's check before after. Before after looks good. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching and see you.